So, you may be playing Hammer and want to speed up your hunt times and perfect your craft. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the tips I've learnt across hundreds of hunts in Sunbreak alone with the Hammer with you, so that you can up your damage in future hunts. The neutral game for Hammer in Sunbreak has 5 primary moves between the Strength Charge Mode and Courage Charge Mode that I highly recommend using in neutral play, that all come with varying degrees of commitment to successfully use. First up, the Strength Mode users, you have the Charged Brutal Upswing. This move is extremely useful as it can reach most flying monsters as well as higher up heads, allowing you to reach places you previously couldn't. It also comes out fairly fast and propels you forward a couple steps, giving you a mobile tool to deal damage quickly on demand. The next neutral play tool we have in Strength Mode is the Step Smash. This attack is slower than the Upswing and doesn't reach as high up, but provides a lot more damage and stunning power. This move also propels you forward a couple steps forward, making it very valuable for capitalizing on monster openings. While I'm covering Strength Mode, I will also mention you can use the Charged Brutal Big Bang if you're more experienced with the monster to do some of the highest damage and stun the Hammer can pump out. Just be warned, it comes out a bit slower than both the previously mentioned and locks you in place for a short time, making this a high risk, very high reward option in neutral. Next, we've got the Courage Mode neutral options. Courage Mode is a lot like Strength Mode, but sacrifices some damage for much faster sequence-based charge attacks, meaning you have to use a charged swing to proceed to the next level, whereas Strength Mode you just hold to get there. All 3 of the Courage Mode charge swings are incredible tools in neutral play, as they come out very quickly and can quite easily get out of dodge, allowing you to play very aggressively with the monster. I do, however, highly recommend charging the first and second swings to their level 2 states, as they will deal much higher damage than if you weren't to charge them fully. A few honorable mentions. For Courage Mode users, you can utilize the Spinning Bludgeon charge switch skill by swapping to your default charging stance to charge your Hammer, and swap stance at the level of charge you want for the opening that is headed your way to execute the swing when given the chance. Just be warned, the game from playing like this isn't too high, but it is fun. Same thing goes for Strength Mode users. You can charge to the level you want and execute a massive hit on those short openings. Water Strike is also an incredibly valuable silk bind in neutral play, as it provides both defensive and offensive possibilities. For example, if there's an inescapable attack coming your way, you can Water Strike the attack to negate all damage and either roll away or counter hit depending on the situation. Next, Hammer's optimal combos. There are 3 primary combos for once you get a knockdown on a monster for both Courage and Strength Mode. For both Courage and Strength Mode, our Big Bang combo is the highest damage we can deal, and it should be used in almost every situation. For our Strength Mode users, if you don't have time to perform the full Big Bang combo from either bad positioning on the monster or a weird knockdown angle, the Standing Charged Brutal Big Bang is an excellent source of damage. On the other side, if a Courage Charge Mode Hammer user does not have enough time to perform a Big Bang combo or is using an element heavy set, you should definitely be using your charged sequence attacks. Just be sure to charge the first 2 swings to their level 2 states for maximum damage and stunning potential. With both the neutral and optimized combo play out of the way, we move on to recommended silk binds. I suggest always running Water Strike over Side Smash, as Side Smash does not provide anything remotely as valuable as Water Strike and does less damage than a Water Strike's upswing. Water Strike also has some incredible synergy with the Courage Hammer's charge mode. From any of our upswings, the Courage Mode can immediately reach level 2 or 3 charge, making it an amazing punisher on monsters, since you can roll and retain that charge until you need it. Going down the list, both of the charge modes are incredible and each have their own unique playstyles that you can mess around with. While Courage is fast and flashy, I do recommend learning the Hammer with Strength Mode, as it promotes a healthier way of learning the weapon by waiting and watching the monster for openings and capitalizing on them. For Spinning Bludgeon, I always recommend the charged Spinning Bludgeon. While the regular Spinning Bludgeon does more damage, the utility from charging up your Hammer instantly and changing stance is incredibly valuable when it's used. For the next one, I recommend playing with Keeping Sway, as it's an incredible tool that lets you iframe through almost everything in the game, from roars, attacks, auras, and even some of the breath attacks, and can be executed while charging your Hammer to keep the charge you're currently at. For the last silk bind, I do highly recommend Impact Burst over over Impact Crater. While Impact Crater does insanely high damage, it isn't really the best tool with how fast-paced Rise is, and being at a 2 wire bug cost opposed to Impact Burst's 1 means you can get a lot more value out of Impact Burst, as Burst provides additional shockwaves on attacks that make it easier to flinch and KO monsters, meaning more knockdowns. Impact Burst is also conveniently a very solid way to end your big damage windows, as it can be used immediately at the end of all 3 of your optimal combos. I now want to share a general game plan for those that want to pick up the weapon or adapt some of what I'm about to say into their own style of play, as the hammer has probably the biggest pool of viable playstyles over any weapon in Sunbreak. First example will be for strength mode users, and the second will be for courage. There should be a time skip in the subtitles somewhere for you. Before starting the encounter, you should change to your blue stance to activate your strength mode's moveset and activate your Impact Burst. With that done, approach the monster with either a single hit to the head or body, and time your keeping sway through their roar, setting you up to whack the monster's face as a follow-up. Use your charged step smash on the monster's head until the monster gets knocked down, remembering to dodge and weave using your water strikes, keeping sway, and regular rolls to keep yourself safe. Upon getting a knockdown, if you're nearby the face, proceed with your full Big Bang combo ending with an Impact Burst, and repeat this process until the monster has been killed. Keep in mind you can use traps to create additional Big Bang combo openings, as well as using wyvern riding opportunities to land most of your Big Bang combo or a charged brutal Big Bang. It depends from monster to monster whether you can land the full Big Bang combo off of a wyvern ride. For our courage mode users, I recommend the same startup, swapping to the blue mode to activate your courage mode's moveset, using Impact Burst before the encounter to speed up the first knockdowns, keeping sway or water strike through the opening roar and bashing the monster's head while they roar. Upon getting your first knockdown, take note of your sharpness, as courage mode uses a lot more from the rapid hits. If you're getting lower on sharpness levels, consider doing 2 sets of your charged swing sequences to try to activate a wyvern ride, and from that wyvern ride you can sharpen for free. Continue the fight by doing 2 charged swings to the face to break the ride, bonk the monster on the head during openings, using your keeping sway and water strikes / rolls to keep yourself healthy. Upon your next knockdown, opt to use your Big Bang combo if you're positioned correctly, as you probably can't make the monster rideable to sharpen again, so use this knockdown for the Big Bang combo and repeat these steps until the monster has been killed. Keep in mind, you can only wyvern ride the same monster once every 5 minutes. Real quickly, I want to give some skill suggestions for hammer users, both new users and veterans alike. I recommend Slugger level 3 to secure your knockdowns faster than normal, or if a monster gives you a particularly difficult time with openings. For courage users, I also highly recommend getting 1 point in focus, purely to get your initial charged side swing to its level 2 state faster, since it takes quite a bit to charge. As well as these 2, I recommend at least 2 levels of earplugs to go through some roars while you're learning the timings of both keeping sway and water strikes. This has been my how to up your hammer damage in Sunbreak. If you feel I've missed any crucial tips, feel free to leave them in the comments for myself and others to read. As always, thank you for watching.